negotiate over criminality. What do you do with criminals? Do you negotiate with them?
No.
You arrest them and you let the law apply. So what we are saying is that if this is what the Minister of Defense has said, the President himself came and said there is no chieftaincy problem in Boko because Boko has a chief. What are we going to negotiate? That's the question that we are asking. And we are saying that we are prepared to talk to anybody. But to negotiate on our sovereignty and our independence is off the table. No tribe in Ghana should be ruling over another tribe.
It's not logic.
A chief means tribal chief. You are a chief over your tribe. You don't go and become chief over another tribe.
No.
We are saying that that is unacceptable. It might have happened in the past. We are in the 21st century. The world has moved on. Ghana has moved on. Mamprusum has moved on.
Okay, the follow-up on that, based on the answer you are giving. You said defense minister, president say there's no chieftaincy problem. But
TV3.
I'm Peter TV3.
Peter TV3.
Yeah. We all know that Boku conflict wouldn't have been there if there had not been any chieftaincy issue. Even in your statement, you said there was something and then there was a ruling that changed the whole thing and put it at the right place from your presentation. Now, if somebody says Boku thing is there's no chieftaincy problem anymore, personally, nobody can convince me on that. Personally, I am nobody can convince me because smoke does not come without fire. So if that hasn't started, we might not have been here. If people are doing criminality today, it is because something had happened and they tried to capitalize on that thing to now perpetrate crime. Even Supreme Court ruling, Supreme Court, which is panel with 9, 7 and other judges to decide on a matter, they can even they go back and look at the matter they have discussed yesterday and say that no, there is something that we need to consider before taking that decision. So we can review this. So if an individual say this in parliament or president say it on the platform, it doesn't stop the killing of people in Boku.
Thank you.
How to stop the killing in Boku is what interests me.
Thank you. So to answer to your question is simple. All the issues that you talked about, there was a chieftaincy problem. There's no doubt about that. The Mamprusers took this to court themselves. The appeals court has ruled. After the appeals court ruled, where do you go again? The Supreme Court has ruled. After the Supreme Court ruling, where do you go again? So if you have taken this thing through due process and you have resolved the case there, I have got 1984, 1983, 2003 Ghanaian Daily Graphic here reporting on these rulings and what the Mamprusers themselves said about it. They said they've accepted it. And so if you have accepted the ruling and then after some time you get up and say I don't agree again, and because I don't agree I'll start fighting and I'll start causing problems so that they can reopen the case. How many times do we have to go back and forth that way? How many times? When they started in 2003, President Kufuor told them, go to court. And they went to court. And the Supreme Court ruled. If you see that, I'll show you what the Daily Graphic said about it. And in 2021, when they got up again, President Akufo-Addo told them, go to court. Then Nayiri told President Akufo-Addo, I will go to court. That is due process. He went back home and went and skinned a chief illegally. Is that due process? Is that how you should handle a situation like this in a civilized society? No. So we have due process. All we are saying is that due process to be followed. If the Mamprusers know that the Supreme Court has no rule, they know where the Supreme Court is, they should go back to the court. They should not start ambushing trucks on the street and be killing people, women and children. That's what we are saying. Follow due process. The president said follow due process. When a court rules and you say you will accept it, what will mediation do? Will you accept mediation? You can never accept mediation. And that's what we are saying. Mediation is a waste of time. The court has ruled. You say you will not accept that one. And this give and take, what we have said as kusasi people is that area is our land. If Volta region or Branga Hafo region will accept a Santa man to come and rule over them, then we will accept Mampu to come and rule over us. It's as simple as that. There are some things that are non-negotiable. That's what we are talking about.
My name is Calvin, H1TV. Okay, steps have been taken to resolve this conflict and there's no headway inside, as I can see. Beyond press conferences, what are you going to do next? Because I've attended more than 4 press conferences. Nothing is changing. What are you doing to find a lasting peace?
Thank you. We are talking to government agencies. We are talking to those who matter. We are talking behind the scenes. And as we are saying, we will not relent. But we are also being vigilant on the ground. Because as we've said, it has been proven very clearly that all these institutions are unwilling or unable to enforce the laws. So if you're unwilling or unable, and you allow impunity to continue to rage, what do you expect the people on the ground to do? Boko is part of Ghana. Boko is part of Ghana. And there's a terrorist threat right across the border there. We all know that. This thing should have been solved long time ago. If the government had the spine and the resolve to act according to what it said publicly, this thing would have been resolved. I think the solution to this is for all those who are silent to speak up. I've talked about delusion. When someone is deluded, the only solution is to hammer the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. Everybody should say that until they hear that this is the truth. You don't go and deal with the deluded person by pampering them. It doesn't solve the problem. And not all Mampuses, I say, not all Mampuses believe this. But some of them believe this. And this is the problem that we have.
My name is Anat. If you remember, during the Dagon crisis, it took a political twist. And this party belongs to this faction, this faction belongs to the same thing is happening now. Now, it took the wisdom of President before them, you know, this is purely a traditional situation. So we formed some eminent chiefs who started the matter for some period of time. And with time, the whole thing has subsided. Why not are you trying to acquiesce to this arrangement and say something that we don't allow anyone to come and talk to us? Because purely, no court, like we're saying, because if my government comes to power, it's going to be a different ball game. When his government comes to power, it's going to be different. Why don't you use the traditional method, mediation and arbitration, to resolve this matter once and for all?
Thank you. First of all, there is no this government and this people's government. There's nothing like that in Ghana. And especially in the area that we're talking about, the coastal traditional area, NPP, the Mampuses want the world to believe that Mampuses are following MPP and Kusas are following NDC. That is a fallacy. That's a fallacy. If you look at today, the 6th constituency in the Kusas area, NPP has won in 5 constituencies in the past before. NPP has won in 5 constituencies. NPP has won in Garu, NPP has won in Zebila, NPP has won in Boko Central, NPP has won in Binduri. And the current NPP is holding a Binduri seat. NPP has won in Tempani. The only place that NPP has not won is Pusida. So this myth that Kusasis are for NDC and Mampusi for MPP is a myth. Secondly, if you look at the Mampusi area, Walawale down all the way to Janga, to Nalerubu, these areas were all solidly NDC until Bawumia became vice president. That was the only time the Mampusi area switched over from NDC to MPP, some parts of it. So this idea of this government in power is a complete lie, and we must debunk that. All the records are there for journalists to go and find out about past elections. But coming back to your point, as I said, we are not against talking to anybody. We are not against that. We know that this is a traditional issue. That is why we are crying on the National House of Chiefs to come out and speak. That's what we are saying. They should come out and speak. When you know the truth and you refuse to speak, that amounts to supporting a lie. And this is the problem that we have in the country. What we are saying is that everybody who knows the truth, and many people know the truth, they just don't want to say it publicly. Even media houses, they know the truth. When you call them, they know the truth. But to go on air and say it, hey, they are afraid. But this problem and Boko can only be solved by telling the truth over and over and over. Nothing else will solve the problem.
Okay. In your response, you said some kusasi, mafuchis are not in favor of what is happening.
That's what I hope, and I know that someday
we know that the kusasis do the same, and most of you are living outside where the trouble is. Most of you in Accra, some are in Kumasi, some are in other places, both Mampusis and the kusasis. Again, it is true that there are intermarriages. Some of you have your mother from here and the father from here and all over this. Why are you not using this platform? Get all of you that are outside Mampus people who are here, Kusasi people who are here, to start the work to get the proof that those people who do not believe, who are still in the judiciary season, get out of that country.
I thank you very much. Let me be honest with you. In particular, I have taken the step. I have talked to a very high-profile Mampusi leader in this country and told him, we have reasonable people on our side. If you can find reasonable people on your side, let them come and we sit down and talk. Up to date, I've not had a call.
You have to push more.
Why should I be the only one pushing more? You say it takes two to tango.
Yes.
It takes two to fight, it takes two to make peace.
You have to push more.
I will try my best.
You have said a lot. What is the way forward? What is the demand of APC now? What do you want to happen?
Thank you. Thank you. Our demand is simple. Our demand is that the government should stop flip-flopping. The flip-flopping is too much. They should stop the flip-flopping. We are saying that all stakeholders should come out and make their position clear on the Boko issue. That's our second demand. They should come out and make their position very clear. Everybody should speak up so that people know what Ghanaians will be informed. If Ghanaians are informed, if people visit those who want to mediate, we say, I said, my brother, I said that we are not against mediation, but those who want to mediate should go to Boko first. They should go along the whole area, the 6 districts, the 6 constituencies, and see the people and the culture there, and come back and tell us that they want Naderugu chief to export a chief from Naderugu to go and rule Assembly. If they can come and, if they can go and look and come and tell us that, then we know. It's never possible. It is not possible. It's as simple as that. So we are asking them to, those who want to mediate should go there. Don't sit here and mediate. Like he said, go up there, see things for yourself. 1957, when the crisis started, they sent a commission there. The commission, 3 eminent Ghanaians, they went there. And they visited the whole area. They talked to both sides. And they gave a comprehensive paper, a report. It is there. I have copied. It's in the archives. It's sitting there. Anybody who wants can have a look and read it. And the Mampusis disagreed with the committee and took the case to the court. And the appeals court ruled against them at the time. So what else do you want to do? People, we are saying that people should who want to talk about Boko, go to Boko and come back and talk to us.
That's all.
So, a follow-up. You know that when you set up a committee to look into some of these matters, definitely, sincerely, they'll go there to find out what's happening there. Yeah. So why don't we put? Why are we not trying to put? As like we are putting the cart before the horse? Because definitely, when the a committee is constituted, one of their jobs is to go up to find things for themselves. They will gather the facts there because without that, they can't come up with any better conclusion. I remember when the scientific committee was set up, they want to, how do you call it, that one, find out things for themselves. They met in Kumasi, they met over there, met all the people there, both factions, and listened to them. So definitely, when the committee is set up, I believe they'll go there. Don't you believe?
I hope so. I don't believe, but I hope so. I hope they do. And we are calling on them to do that.
Props are not really again of the government. So I'm referring to what the British did, what the other did. But before the British was establishing
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, before the British came, this is the main claim by the Mampus. The main claim by the Mampus is that before the British, they were chiefs in Wako. Okay? And we are cephalus. Kusasis, Frafres, a lot of the people in the Upper East regions, we don't have tradition of chieftaincy. We had our tendanas who were acting as leaders for the communities. We didn't have chiefs. And these people were sent there to protect the slave routes by the Nairi. They were there to protect the slave routes. They settled there, and the Kusasi communities around them did not take notice of them. They did not take notice of them. They were there, and in fact, some of them were attacked and killed, and some of them were driven out by Kusasis. It is all in the books. And then the British came looking for chiefs to rule. They came to Kusasi area, there are no chiefs. They went to Gambaga, there are chiefs. So what did the British do? They started importing chiefs and looking for chiefs to rule, to put in communities. So they elevated some of the traditional Tendanas to become chiefs. The British did that. And that's why I said the British appointed Nairi as overlord, as the paramount chief. It's in the colonial archives. I have read all those reports that they appointed the Nairi in 1911, in 1912, in Navrongo. A declaration was made there. Nalerugu never conquered those areas. He was put there by the British to exercise some kind of rulership over the area. And the British were about to leave, and the Kusasi started struggling. And the British realized that they had made a mistake. And the last colonial governor corrected the mistake and sent Kusasis to rule themselves. What else did you want them to do? Until the 1931 conference, there was a conference in 1931, as I said, that made Kusasis chiefs to select the Mampusi to become a Kusasi tribal chief. When you talk about a tribal chief, as I said, you are looking for a Kusasi tribal chief. And you go elect a Mampusi to be a Kusasi tribal chief. Does that make sense? No. It doesn't make sense. So the agitation started soon after that. And so after the British, when the British were about to leave, and they saw the signs on the wall, they set up this committee, and the committee went and investigated and came and reported that the area is a Kusasi area. And that to import a chief from Nalerugu to go to Boko to rule is untenable. It should stop. And that was what they did. And they solved the problem. Unfortunately, as fate would have it, and I want to say this publicly, as fate would have it, when the committee submitted their report, and the cabinet approved that report on 25th February 1958, the cabinet approved that report. The Mampusi went to court. Who were those who took the committee? They took the committee in the government to court. Who were those who led the Mampusi to court? It was one Mahama Yirimia and one Mumuni Bawumia. Mahama Yirimia, his son is Sule Yirimia, who is a member of the Council of State today. Mumuni Bawumia is the father of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia today. So in the Kusasis, in 1958, these were the two Mampusi stalwarts who stood up to fight the government and to fight the committee that Mampusis must rule Kusasis. And they failed. And today, you have Sule Yirimia as Council of State member, you have Dr. Bawumia, and Dr. Bawumia as a personal friend, I would say. He's a personal friend. And he knows me very well, and I know him. And I have not accused him of anything. I'm just stating the fact that his father, Mumuni Bawumia, was a party to the suit that they lost. So if Kusasi say, hey, we are suspicious, or there are these people here now, and this is starting again, do you blame them? No. You cannot blame them. This is what is happening.
Yeah.
If there's any one last person, we'll take it. Otherwise, thank you very much. We want to thank you for coming, and we hope and all of you will pray for peace in Boko. Boko is our land. We want Boko to be peaceful for all of us. God bless you. God bless Ghana.
The two chiefs. You can take one and the one photocopy for them because there's not enough. So I'm going to give it to you.
Thank you.